coming at you guys today, and I wanted to talk to you about relationships. I was having a conversation with one of my dear girlfriends for like maybe 10 plus years, and we were talking about a toxic relationship and that she has been working her way out of. And I was sharing with her experiences that I've been in. For those of you who don't know, I was in a very toxic narcissistic relationship about 5 years ago with someone. I ended up moving in with them, and it was just a disaster, but it was the beginning of my awakening. So although it was painful, it was the key the key thing that actually got me on my road of healing and on my road of everything that I'm doing now. So I honestly am so grateful for that person, and I'm actually writing a book about my experience, because when you're in an abusive relationship or a toxic relationship, it's really challenging to know where to start. So with my friend, I asked her a question. I said, most of the time if you're in a toxic relationship, you're probably experiencing anxiety or relief. Anxiety, relief. Anxiety, relief. But I asked her, I said, you know, it's almost like it's a drug. It feels like an addiction, where it's like you get your fix and then you feel relieved, but you don't feel peace. So today I wanted to talk about relief versus peace. And I always like to incorporate some tarot, because this is what I do. So I wanted to pull two cards that were intuitively coming through for the definitions. So first we have peace. Now this is beautiful because this is the Four of Cups. And in this card, this person is literally meditating. They're surrounded by 4 cups, which represent emotions. A lot of times with the Four of Cups, it's about unwanted emotions, options that you wouldn't choose. So you see how peaceful this person is? And this is represented by the sign Cancer. There's like a crab on his head. So peace feels like meditation. It feels like stillness. It doesn't mean that there's nothing going on in your environment, because again, you see the 4 cups he's surrounded by, but he's centered. So this is the depiction of peace that I pulled intuitively. And then I asked for the feeling of relief. In relief, we got the 5 of Wands. And you see how there's one person observing 4 people who are having conflict? You see how it's the opposite? In this one, the person's centered, and there's four things around that person that seem to not be affecting them. But on this, on relief, there's one person on the outside, and then all the chaos is running the show. So even if you're temporarily not involved in a situation, sorry, this ring light is so impossible. Even if you feel like you're on the outside of a situation, or you have control over a situation, relief, oftentimes, I told her, I was telling my friend, I said, most of the time, if I was going to describe relief, I would say, I'm on fire, my hand is on fire, and I need to go put it in some water. And then when you put your hand in the ice or in the water, you go, or anytime you've ever had a traumatic experience, like when you watch maybe if you watch a horror movie and the person's running for their life and then the killer passes by them and they're like, oh my God, I'm so relieved. You hardly ever say, oh my gosh, I have so much peace. And even though I'm not demonizing the word relief, I'm just trying to make a comparison between the two. So to me, relief sometimes is temporarily removed from conflict, and peace is peace no matter what's going on around you. So I pulled a clarifier for peace. And it was so funny because the 3 of Cups came out. And these are 3 people who are celebrating. They're celebrating, they're happy, they're all wearing the same thing because they're in alignment with the same beliefs. It's harmony. It's, you know, peace can sometimes look like just being around people who get you, being around family, being around support. This is what peace is. So I just wanted to share this because peace can be by yourself in the midst of conflict, but peace can also be with, there we go, it's probably better this way. Peace can always be, it can also be around people, and peace is always available. Right now, we don't necessarily have access to the things that make us happy. The 3D things, maybe going to the movies, solo traveling, massages, and even though Arizona and some other states are open, this is just a timeless reminder that we always have access to peace. So this is a really good time to cultivate that. With relief, the clarifier for the 5 of Wands is the 5 of Swords. I think it's interesting that they're both fighting in both of these cards. This person right here, they're like fighting off, they're trying to protect this fire. It's like a lot of times when we're in toxic situations, we're trying to defend the very thing that's burning us. And it's funny that I used the fire analogy before I even thought of it. It's like a lot of times we will get caught up in defending this very same thing that has hurt us. And I think it's interesting that both of these are 5s, because 5 always signify change. So when you're in the energy of relief, just trying to relieve yourself, like no impulse control on any type of subject, on drugs, sex, any type of thing where you feel like relief has a negative connotation when it's compared to peace. So ask yourself, what would you rather experience? So if you feel like you're experiencing, like feeling more of like a relief in a relationship, like you're only experiencing temporary relief until the next fight, until the next thing. And with peace, it is constant, regardless if you're by yourself or you're with others. So I just wanted to do this quick video because sometimes changing your perspective, even on a word, can really help. And I wanted to compare the 2 words because we're in Gemini season.